Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Simnaya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important. And before we get into this video, I am going to say this that Per Morgan, sometimes I feel like he is very biased and he is not a great journalist because I really don't understand why they keep lying to themselves. There are some things you see and you do not have to, you really have to be truthful and open about it, right? And I also, sometimes there are some people you do not agree with, but when you see or hear them speak the truth, you actually appreciate them, at least for that moment. So it was like a panel, Young Turk, and with some other people talking about the anti-Semitic that is going on in color, like campuses and all that. How the students, were protesting over what is going on, and that was very peaceful. And Permoga actually told him that he really just want to be sure that the Jewish are they are okay in schools, that he doesn't want them to be hurt because of what is going on. And who is hurting them? There is actually nobody trying to hurt them. And Young Turks actually asked him, why is it that you all are so much concerned about what is going on in Jewish community, especially in campuses, when there are some other students there? Then people that look like me have been in that student all this year with everything going on. Nobody has ever passed any bill on their behalf. Didn't that says a lot about you people? He actually called him liar, like straight up, without wasting any time. You know what? Let's get into this video.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't watch the Young Turks. I don't support the Young Turks. I don't like Cenk and Anna. There was a while ago where I did watch Cenk and Anna until I saw that they spew Republican ideology. I don't like the fact that if you are of the Democratic Party and are continuously attacking Democrats over pointing out the issues with Republicans, that's problematic for me. I've seen them display a classist attitude. I've seen them spew homophobia and transphobia. Yeah. And being that Cenk and Anna are the faces, are a part of their everyday programming, yeah, I don't want to hear Anna screaming and screeching, right? I don't want to hear any of that. And I don't want to hear Cenk and his classist Republican ideology. I don't. But the one thing that I am is fair. And because I don't like them or what they represent doesn't stop me from sharing a message when they are right. And in this message, Cenk was right.
And now you turn to the violence that has happened on college campuses. There is one case of overwhelming violence, and that happened last night at UCLA. And it was pro-Israeli protesters that violently attacked the peace protesters that didn't do anything. They attacked an old lady and said, oh yeah, good luck trying to defend yourself, old lady. These are vicious, vigilant. Where are the arrests? Where's the outrage? Where's the indignation? You pretend that you care about protecting students, but you only care about protecting one side, whereas the other side is assaulted.
No, I don't actually. No, because
and debased and humiliated.
Okay, let me respond.
All you want to do is cancel their speech. You're part of cancel culture and admit it right now.
Can I
You're
respond?
talking about protesting people.
Can I respond?
Americans.
Can I respond?
Americans.
By the way,
okay, this is not the United States of Israel.
Fine.
America.
All right, you made your point.
To protest a foreign government.
Okay, let me respond. Just to be clear.
You've lost the right wing.
Just to be clear.
The left wing. You've lost America. America's not going to stand here
Fine.
and let Israel
You can keep shouting or we can have a debate.
Who's allowed to speak and who's going to be arrested.
All right, you can keep shouting.
I gave you 20 minutes to do propaganda,
okay,
Piers. Go ahead now.
It's not propaganda. I have many views about all of this. We're talking specifically about the protests at Columbia, which I think you crossed a line. By the way, you talk about cancel culture. I'm entitled to my view without you and Dr. West screaming liar, genocide supporter, and all this other bullshit.
Okay, you condemn the UCLA pro-Israel thugs.
Let me make it clear.
You condemn them. I'm doing the same thing you are.
Wait a minute.
You condemn them.
Wait a minute.
Or are you pro-violence?
Can I answer the question? If this was Jewish students that were breaking into this building violently,
No, you don't have to go with a hypothetical.
No, sorry,
Just
I am
last
going to
night
go with the
at UCLA.
hypothetical because you're trying to make out that
Of
somehow
course, 'cause the
I'm only
reality
doing this
is
because I'm
inconvenient to you.
pro-Israel's government. I'm not pro-Israel's government. What I am pro is the safety of Jewish students being protected because they are not responsible for the actions of an Israel government thousands of miles away. They're entitled, having paid
But I already agreed to that.
$400,000 for their
But
education.
you say no, you don't want to protect the
No,
peace
I
protest.
don't think mob
I
rules
say
should be
protect the
allowed
Jewish
to go on.
students.
So when you talk about this is a private university campus, they are entitled to not have their buildings desecrated in this manner, and they are entitled eventually to have the police remove them.
Be honest. When they were doing it in a public space, everybody in media, in American media, said, "How dare they do it in a public space? They do it in a private place." You go, "How dare they do it in a private place?"
No, you shouldn't be breaking into buildings full stop.
You know what? When Martin Luther King in Selma, Alabama, crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge, you know what they said? How dare they interrupt the bridge? How dare they go in a public place? How dare those protesters? Civil rights leaders should know their role, should know their place, boy. That's what people like everyone in American media is saying right now to the people in favor of not slaughtering any more Palestinians.
Yeah, I think
you guys sound exactly like Bull Connor.
Okay, I know you have to go. I just want to just bring you back in just briefly. Look, this is an incredibly, as you can tell, this is a very incendiary debate and passions run very high about this. Has anything you've just been listening to given you any more clarity about how we resolve this situation? Because presumably these protests are not going to go away. They may get bigger in number. They may affect more universities. This is a bad situation getting progressively quickly worse. What do we do about this?
Right. Again, going back to what I was saying before, I think that the law on these things is clear. I think that we want to be careful to not give up any of our rights as Americans in response to things that we see. There was also a bipartisan legislation proposed about having anti-Semitism monitors on campuses. I mean, what could go wrong there, right? And I've been open as a First Amendment absolutist, and I've had people send me videos of things like smash windows. Well, is this free speech, Kat? Obviously not, and I'm not saying that it is. I think that the robust debate surrounding this proves all the more reason why there are strong disagreements on what counts as what and what means this or what means that we should not have the government be in the position to decide ever what you can and cannot say, because any of these rules that some people are pushing for that would, some of the slogans that the Palestinian protesters are chanting to silence any of that could then, based on what else someone else thinks, could be used to, say, prevent an IDF soldier from coming to campus to speak. So I think that there are two separate things that we need to keep: how you feel about the speech personally, how you feel about the issue personally, and then how you feel about the government involvement in it. Those are two completely separate things, and it's not the same to be pro-First Amendment and anti-Semitic.
Cenk was right, and I approve that message.
So this is all I got from the video, and trust me, Young Turk really came all out. Sometimes you might not agree with somebody, but when they are speaking the truth, you hail them for speaking the truth. The reality is that they are always very quick when it comes to anything that got to do with the Jews, right? The Jewish student, or they really do want to protect them. But what about the others? That they have been going through something like this all these years and all that. There was no bill passed in order to protect them, in order to make sure that they are safe in schools, in order to make sure that nobody discriminates them against their skin color, their hair texture, everything that got to do with them, right? And then we wake up every day to some certain things happening in colleges, probably bullying and all that. But still, there is never any bill passed in order to protect someone like me, right? But just within his Pe0ple is very much concerned about the anti-Semitic. Like, he wants to be sure, according to him, that they are safe in school. Are they the only ones in school? And the protest, was the protest violent? It was not. Nothing. It was just a very peaceful protest, and all of a sudden, they really have to be protected. That really shows, like, or tells us, like, these people that when they want to do something, especially when it does not got to do with people that look like me, it is so easy for them to do it. So telling me that a Crown Act and all that took a long time to be passed in some states and all that, it was just them. It was really them wedging it and not wanting, because if they wanted it to be passed straight up, it will be passed, the bill will be passed. Because this anti-Semitic bill was what made me understand that they can really be very fast and very quick when it comes to do with the other people. But people like me do not have that privilege. So that message is really very, very great. And I appreciate him for also speaking up, because it looks like some people were burned by people, but some people fell down from the tree. You definitely understand what I am saying. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.